Well, hello and welcome to everybody, to all our viewers, and of course, my very lovely panelist who has joined us after a very long time, Devashish Sen. Thank you so much, Devashish, for joining this show. This is the post-match show of the first ODI between India and New Zealand, and what a game has it been! What a complete performance has it been from both teams, but it was New Zealand who came up on the top. And before we begin our discussion, let me tell all my viewers that today, the 25th of November, is a very important day in the field of sports, because in cricket, it's the legendary women's cricketer Jhulan Goswami's birthday. So, on behalf of Ref Sports, a very happy birthday to Jhulan Goswami. And in football, well, not a very pleasant day, because today marks the second death anniversary of the legendary Diego Maradona. So, Devashish, I'll come to you now. First of all, what do you have to say about New Zealand's thumping win over India?
Obviously, thanks, Damini. Good to be back on live, but seldom does a team lose after scoring 300 plus runs. So, obviously, not a very happy signs. Obviously, the things that we had two debutants playing today in Arshdeep Singh and Umran Malik. So a lot was expected of them, but not to be harsh. They were playing their first match, first one-day international today. Uh, but then lot to ponder upon as far as the Indian team is concerned. Obviously, ending up on the losing side, and that too with 17 balls remaining. And Tom Latham has been a thorn in the flesh as far as Indians are concerned. He did well against us in the World Test Championship final, and now in this match as well. So, and Kane Williamson, obviously he was under tremendous criticism, obviously, about his strike rate not performing well as far as T20 concerned. But when it comes to one-day cricket, we saw the best in Kane Williamson. He missed the last T20 international due to an injury, but then coming back and winning the match for New Zealand, incredible. But then a lot to think about as far as the Indian team is concerned. Obviously, the biggest positive for India has been Shubman Gill, the way he batted, and also Shikhar Dhawan, the opening partnership of more than 100 runs. That was a big positive for India. And also Washington Sundar, I would like to mention, and also Shreyas Iyer also scoring that, anchoring the
Yes,
innings and scoring that brilliant half century. But the Washington Sundar also chipped in well, played a cameo towards the end.
yes,
But then
yes.
a lot to think about as far as the bowling is concerned. Obviously, 306 you put up, and then you end up losing with 17 balls still to play. A lot to ponder upon, Damini.
Definitely. You put it very nicely, Debashi. So let's get into the dissection of this game. Let's start with India's batting. That's how the innings started. That's how the match started. Yes, that opening century run stand between Shikhar Dhawan and Shubman Gill was definitely very good. And in time joins Boriada. Boriada, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining. Boryada, I was having a discussion with Devashish that today is a very special date with regard to sports, because it's legendary cricketer Jhulan Goswami's birthday, and of course, legendary Diego Maradona's second death anniversary. So, delight for some, not very delightful for some. So, Boryada, with these thoughts, please, I would like your comments also on New Zealand's thumping win today.
Yeah, firstly, you mentioned Jhulan and you mentioned Diego. So I was the one who woke Jhulan up today and very early in the morning. I got excited and wished her at 7:20. She said, "Ha, bolo." So she had gone to sleep after watching Brazil. So I was the one who woke her up. We had a long chat after that. In fact,
Okay.
she's also a football fan. She wanted to come to Qatar. Unfortunately, we'll be missing out on Qatar. And we decided we'll catch up post Qatar. So Jhulan's family. So that's point number one. Point number two, Diego Maradona. None of us can ever forget. And he had come to my museum. So when he was in Calcutta, I had the opportunity of meeting Diego Maradona, and the stories of Diego Maradona in the museum can never forget. He was actually not in a mood when he came to the museum. There was an issue going on. And I was trying to, and Devashish knows because Devashish was part of it, I was trying to sort of get him into that mood. The moment I threw him a football, and all I had to do was throw him a football, and he did this. He sat down like this. He was overweight, right? He was overweight and all of that. But the moment he had that football, the ball from his feet and the ball literally was climbing up as if there was a magnet in the ball and his body. And he just
My
took the ball
God.
to his head. He started juggling the ball and he did that for 2.5 minutes. And by then my jaws had dropped. And I was looking at him and he
My
knew that he was the
goodness.
center of attention. And he then threw the ball at me and said, now. So that was Diego Maradona for you. It was legendary. And one quick story before I come to New Zealand. And I said,
Please.
so who's the greatest? Because this whole debate about Messi and Ronaldo and Maradona, who's the greatest? You know what he did? So there is this cutout which you have seen, which we are exhibiting in our para football with the Diego signature. So all of a sudden, in the middle of the interview, he got up and he went away and caught that cutout. And I was like, what is this man doing? In the middle of the interview, he's going away and he's walking away. So he walked away, he got that cutout, he sat down and he put the cutout next to him right here and he started talking. So I was like, what on earth is this man saying? I obviously couldn't understand. So I asked the translator, the interpreter, what is he saying? He said he's looking at the cutout and saying that cutout is the best ever footballer of all time. And even in this physique, he is better than Ronaldo and Messi. That's what he's trying to say. So that is Diego Maradona for you. Unbelievable character. And this World
Legend.
Cup, the whole world is missing it. New Zealand, when India was batting, if you see my tweet, I'd actually said, I was watching the game and said, I thought this wasn't enough in Auckland, especially in 50, 60-meter boundaries. Devashish mentioned in a tweet in the morning when he got up, and I responded to a tweet saying he's not missed much because it was a sedate start. I thought India missed a trick there. We lost about 20 runs there. And then those two quick wickets. Surya Kumar Yadav getting out, Rishabh Pant getting out, Lockie Ferguson got those two wickets. Towards the end, had it not been for Washington Sundar, Devashish, I thought India would have been way short. That's
Yes,
37 run innings by
absolutely.
Washington Sundar, got us past 300, Damini, but otherwise, it was New Zealand's game. They were in control from ball one, they finished it off.
Yes, definitely. And Boryada, I'll continue with you also. As you say that some runs short, Joyda, had Joyda joined this meeting, I would have asked him also. Joyda has always said that it's always on Surya Kumar Yadav to do most of the runs for Team India. So he would like to see a day when Surya is not batting. Then how does Team India come up? So today was a chance for the other batters to step up. And would you say that Team India batters had stood up, or they could have stood up better, provided Surya could not provide much with the bat? And in time joins the man himself, Joydeep
Yeah,
Mukherjee. Thank you so
and
much, Joyda, for joining.
before he takes over, Surya doesn't do it in ODI cricket. It's in T20s. Surya has not played much 50 over cricket at all. In
I'm
fact,
just going to take a
hardly
minute.
any
I'm
50
checking
over
in. I'm just
cricket.
going to take a minute.
Yeah, you get yourself ready. So
Okay,
Surya
okay.
hasn't done much in 50 over cricket, as Devashish would attest. So this is one format, just like Test match cricket, which Surya would want to make his own in 2023. Devashish, having seen Surya, if you take a look at that ODI side, would you prefer Shreyash over Surya? Because Shreyash, whatever opportunities he may have got, he's clicked. And the World Cup is on home soil. So the short ball problem that Shreyash has may not be that big a problem on Indian soil. Devashish, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. And Boria, to put it this way, that whatever opportunities Shreyas Iyer has got in the 50 overs of the format, he has done well. He has considerably done well. Means obviously he did miss the T20 World Cup. He did not travel to Australia, but then whatever opportunity he got in 50 overs format, he has delivered. But then the biggest the dilemma for the Indian team management will be when Virat Kohli returns, when Rohit Sharma returns, and where do you play them? Because as we saw that going forward in the lead up to the to 50 overs World Cup, we would see most probably Surya Kumar will go in at number four, in, and then I for one would have loved to see Surya Kumar batting at number four, because Rishabh Pant was promoted, and he is losing opportunity with every passing day, Rishabh Pant. Because how can you get so many opportunities, and West, like today also it was a rank bad shot. He dragged it onto his stumps. So Rishabh Pant, this was a beautiful opportunity for him to deliver and make a statement, but that was not the case. And coming back to Surya Kumar Yadav, also, I would say that going forward he should be the number four batter for India, because he has delivered for India in the T20 format. Then going forward, obviously one would assume that Virat Kohli will bat in at number three. So For me, Surya Kumar should be at number four, yeah, as far as T20 50 overs format is concerned.
Can I just
Okay,
come in here?
okay.
I feel
Please, Joyda.
Pant batting at four is useless, and I agree with Debashish that Virat is going to bat three. Surya is your best player at four. So why are you making Pant bat at a place where he's not going to bat? There's no place there for him. So it's better he bats and gets used to his place. Like Yuvraj Singh always batted five. Even whoever came, Yuvraj batted five because that was his place. Rahul batted six. Or sometimes Yuvraj batted four, but they did not change. Even when the number three was missing, Yuvraj didn't bat number three. Somebody else came in and bat number three. See, Pant has flattered to deceive. We all thought that he'll be a killer white ball player like we saw about Sehwag. But the amount of chances he's got, look at his T20, look at his record. You know, I can't imagine anybody getting the number of chances that he's got, but he's also getting it because he's as good as he is. What he has done in test matches, but at the end of the day, time will run out if you don't grab it. There's only that much. Test cricket, here, what he has done with the gloves, nobody in Indian cricket has done. 100 in Australia, 100 in England, we know. But that does not guarantee you 70 games in the T20, 70 games in the one days. You're going to do it in this version as well. You're playing for your country. And ultimately, he'll become a gun player in these white ball versions also. But it's just that he's taking a little bit of time to turn the corner.
Absolutely.
Great to have Podia,
Yeah.
great to have Podia on chat. I love chatting with him.
We all do. And Joyda, I would like to place a question to you that in one of your shows, in the previous show rather, I wasn't there, you had said that you would like to see Team India's batting department play at one situation where Surya Kumar Yadav is not among most of the runs. So today was such a situation. You raising the topic of Rishabh Pant. In that case, please explain how would you have liked to see Team India's batters, the hierarchy, and how should they have contributed more?
See, I feel one of the two batters should have got 100, the openers. They both threw it away, one after 50. Even that shot that
Okay.
Shubman Gill flicked to square leg on the bigger part of the boundary, that was a sort of a half flick shot. It wasn't a shot for six. And anytime we know square leg is on the boundary, ball is on the legs, if you just half-hearted flick it, there's a chance of you getting out. You either go full hog and try to clear the fielder, which Shubman is capable of, or you try and keep it down. Either one. None of them happened. So that was a loose dismissal. Shikhar was a loose dismissal. Shreya Iyer was dropped early on, very simple chance by the keeper. So, we could have been in the more trouble. And Shreya Iyer was dropped when he was trying to, lap one of those shots which hit the keeper on the gloves and dropped. It was a very, very simple chance. So I'm saying that we have to get 330, 340, 350 without Surya, because Surya, when he plays, he will make you get 360 because of his strike rate. So he gets 70, he'll be in 55 balls. He will not play 95 balls. So he will always give you that strike rate. He'll always give you the edge. When Surya plays, if others play at 80 strike rate, he'll get to 350. But when Surya gets out, who's going to do that role? And if nobody's doing that role, then everybody needs to play at 100 strike rate to be able to get to 330, 340. And somebody puts at the icing at the cake. So when Surya plays, the job is easier for the others. You can take it easier a little bit. But when Surya is out, then somebody or as a group, you have to take over and make sure that you're playing at a higher tempo. Otherwise, you'll just get runs which the opposition will get. 300 now in 50 overs is par. It's no big deal.
Okay. Okay. Devashish, I'll come to you. New Zealand's batting. We are talking batting. So, New Zealand's batting, after the third wicket fell, it was only Tom Latham and Kane Williamson. That unbroken 221 run partnership with Tom Latham doing the majority of the contribution, a 145 not out, a brilliant century by him. Team India is his favorite opponent, you would reckon?
Yeah, as I mentioned at the start, means Tom Latham has always been a thorn in the face as far as the Indian team is concerned. He has done well in the World Test Championship final, winning New Zealand at the World Test Championship. So for me, Tom Latham has been a very underrated player. Means he doesn't get that hype which is associated with his New Zealand team. Obviously, when you talk about New Zealand, you talk about a Kane Williamson, you talk about Trent Bolt, but then. Uh, Tom Latham, it's kind of a player who doesn't get that spotlight, if I put it rightly. So, and today was his day, and Kane Williamson also, I would like to just to talk about Kane Williamson also, means what a player he has been for New Zealand. Obviously, a lot has been talked about his strike rate as far as T20 cricket is concerned. But when it comes to 50 over format, obviously he led New Zealand to that final again in 2019 World Cup, and here he is. Means see. Chasing 306 means obviously you always have that pressure of scoring at a ball. As Jojita mentioned, 300 runs is now a template in 50 overs format. And when you have that World Cup next year in India, seldom will you find that team scoring 300 and 300 above. Jojita, that's
Yeah,
something.
Joyda,
just
yes,
just
Joyda.
yeah, yeah. Just taking over from what Mama is saying. Kane Williamson is a gun test match and one day player. Gun, just like a Sakib Al Hasan. Gun. But T20 is not the strongest version. Now that doesn't mean so in 1, 2, 3, it is his third, but it's still third. He's still very good at it, but it's not test match and one day is where Kane Williamson revels. So the point I'm trying to make here is just because the color of the ball is white, we always feel that okay, you know, we sort of club T20 and one day cricket together. It's chalk and cheese. One day cricket and T20 cricket is as this difference from each other as it can be. It's chalk and cheese. So that's the reason why Kane Williamson in this 300, he must be telling his bowlers, well done, guys. 300 balls, 300 runs, we've got this game wrapped up. It's really good because they know how to take 6 runs and over without taking any extra, risks. They know how to who to attack. They are a very very seasoned unit, and they get challenged. And Mama made a great point. They don't have superstars, but they've got stars. Sometimes 11 stars are better than 4 superstars. Everybody knows their job. Everybody keeps doing it. They're like a military service. Every day they land up. They do the same thing over and over again. Their out cricket is superb. They're catching. They're back up. They're running between the wickets. Everything is always 9.5 on 10. They don't have 7, 8 days. They don't have 5, 6 days. So you come, your level drops. They eat you up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So 300 in New Zealand on these sort of wickets, the way it was, this is no total. I mean, at least 340, 345, then you're in with the fight.
And Damini, I would like to add, Joyda,
Yes,
with your
yeah.
permission, is that and
Sure.
and one thing is that you shouldn't be harsh about the Indian bowling as well. Means obviously you have two players who are making their debut. I mean Arshdeep Singh and Umran Malik. Obviously Arshdeep has done well for India in the shorter format in T20 format. He has been a gun bowler for India, and Umran Malik. We have all very very impressed about his pace that he generates and this. So let's not be harsh about the Indian bowling. Yes, we did lose the game, but then when you have someone like Jasprit Bumrah coming back into the side, or a Mohammad Shami. And it was a bit surprising that both were given the India cap today. I would have loved to see at least one of them making their debut and get Deepak Chahar in today, because Deepak Chahar has been traveling with the team and not getting much opportunity. But then, having said that, it's obviously there will be some days when you end up losing after scoring 300 odd runs. But it's not. But then these are very very good batting conditions. Means you talk and the dimensions of the wicket when we were playing in Australia during the T20 World Cup, and then suddenly coming to this New Zealand grounds. These are small grounds actually. So basically on the same ground, rugby is also played and also cricket is being played. So you don't have bigger grounds in New Zealand. So scoring and the ball nicely comes onto the bat. So shot making it's easier in New Zealand. Let's not be harsh on the Indian bowling. I think there's
Today,
definitely.
today we did not lose the match because of the bowlers. Today we lost the
Yes,
match because
Joyda.
we didn't get enough runs on the board.
Absolutely,
And Bama
absolutely.
is absolutely right. So if somebody on his debut bowls 1066 as Umran Malik did, Bumrah didn't become Bumrah in one day. We are comparing a finished product and a product that's starting. That's unfair. If we
Yes.
But
expect that Umran
okay.
Malik or anybody will come and straight away boo a Bumrah, Bumrah also took time to cook. The better the meat, the longer it takes time to cook and come on the dining table. So similarly, Umran Malik will also turn the corner, but we have to give him some time. If we had got a 40 more runs, then Umran Malik, they would have taken more chances against him. Then 1066 could have been 1057-4. But today they could milk him and still, because we were always 40 runs short on this wicket.
And Joyda, Damini, let me just ask Joyda. Joyda, Five bowlers, is it the template? Because when Virat has been the captain, he has always played with six bowlers, and Rohit also.
If
But
you see,
suddenly,
Mama, you've been following cricket for a long time. You tell me the best teams in the world used to have seven bowlers, whether it's IPL, whether it's
absolutely,
Australia.
absolutely, yes,
Glenn Maxwell would bowl in one match, get 3 wickets, not bowl in the next 4 games. Suresh
right.
Raina for CSK would bowl, get 2 wickets, and not bowl for the next 6 games in IPL. He had so many bowlers with him. Mahendra Singh Dhoni at CSK. Why was CSK so good? Why was Mumbai so good? Pollard would not bowl for 3, 4 games, then come and, if the wicket is a little sticky, would come and bowl 4 overs, 25, 2 and go away. And then again not bowl in the next two because they are playing at Eden Gardens and at maybe Mohali. So that flexibility is very important. The moment you play with five bowlers, you're stuck. If somebody's having a bad day, somebody's feeling a bit of stiffness, somebody's feeling a little, then you have to bowl him still. No Saurav Ganguly, no Sachin Tendulkar, no Sehwag, nobody who can wheel the arm over. Our biggest problem has been in the top three for nobody bowls. That's why Huda is very important for us because Huda can bowl. And we need to promote batters who can bowl. Nitish Rana can bowl. I know he's not getting runs the amount he's supposed to get to play for India. But you need more players to be able to bowl. Saurav Ganguly was not an all-rounder. He was a batsman, but he could bowl. Sachin was same. Sehwag was same. I'm not talking about all-rounders. I'm talking about batters who can bowl.
But Joyda, one last question because before I wrap up this session, that okay, definitely, with all due respect to our bowling department, to the Indian team bowling department, you said that this match wasn't lost because of the bowling, but it's only 3 wickets that the Indian bowling managed to pick up, and after that, they actually allowed Tom Latham and Kane Williamson to stitch up an unbroken 221-run partnership.
Yeah, that's how good they are. See, the best way to take wickets in a one-day game is to be able to build pressure. And you can build pressure by stifling the runs. Now, what is the target is how you stifle the runs. If this was 340, 345, which is, as Mama said, that the grounds are small, the wicket is flat. So if you get 340, 345, then whatever Ken Williamson and Ron Latham did today, they would have had to do a little more. Tom Latham, they would have to do a little more. And then the risk comes in. Now they could just easily play them out and still get 6 runs and over. What I'm saying, the bowlers could have done better. I'm not saying that they couldn't have, but I'm not saying that this match has been lost because of the bowling. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course, they could have taken 3 more wickets, but we would have still lost the game. But for you to win the
Okay.
game, you get 40 runs more, then the bowlers do the job for you. Okay, instead of New Zealand being 3 down, they could have been 6 down. I can buy that argument, but you're still losing the game, right?
Okay. Okay. So, with these thoughts, gentlemen, today I'll have to wrap up this session a bit early. We come to the end of this post match show of this first ODI between India and New Zealand. And the reason being that the FIFA World Cup is on, and another very important match begins in just moments away. We are just moments away from that match. So, thank you so much, gentlemen, Joydeep Mukherjee and Devashish Sen, for joining this show. And
Sorry,
Joydeep,
sorry,
you're
about the delay.
traveling from.
I'm going to Ahmedabad for the Vijay Hazare playoffs. So I was just checking into
Wow,
the
Okay.
airport.
wow.
Okay, so best of luck for
Mama,
that.
wow.
And
Mama, you go to Australia and New Zealand. I'm going to Ahmedabad. And you're saying,
Come
wow.
on,
I
Joyda.
like this wow. I
I'm
like this
saying,
wow.
wow,
I
wow.
like
I'm
this
saying,
wow. I
I wish
like
the
this wow.
Bengal team,
I like this wow.
Joyda.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank
thank you
you.
so much for thank you so much for joining.